My math career started from when I can remember in second grade, when I really fell in love with math. My teacher used to play this game called Around the World, and basically it was like a race, like, which kid can guess the math fact quicker. And it really appealed to me because I was a competitive child, and so like the race added to it. And then I realized that math kind of worked with my brain, the way I solve things, and like the one answer and how it's like concrete was really helpful because that's kind of how my brain works. Like, there's one answer that can be explained in X, Y, and Z steps. And so it was really great, and I just took a liking to it at a young age. In fifth grade, though, it was kind of a struggle because my teacher told me when we moved into geometry that I was going to fail the unit because I was so good at algebra, and most students that are good in algebra don't do well in geometry. So she didn't really believe in me, so I didn't believe in myself, and I ended up not passing the unit, which really shows how much impact a teacher has on their student, because later in high school, when I took geometry again, I passed easily with flying colors because the teacher believed in me, and if I had needed help, he was there, and I could ask questions without him making me feel like I was stupid. In middle school, I had terrible teachers. They taught me basically nothing. They were more concerned about being my friend than they were about being my teacher and making sure I was learning things. So when I moved into high school, I couldn't start in the Algebra 2 course like my parents had hoped. So in Algebra 1, I had to retake. And my teacher was really good. She worked with a lot of different examples and a lot of different ways to help us remember, math definitions and different procedures and ways to go about solving things. And that kind of kicked back up my love for math. And, again, it was algebra, which I really liked. So solving for X and Y was what I was good at. Factoring was what I was good at. And for her to put it in a way that clicked even more in my brain helped me go back to math with a happy face. I learned a lot from the 12 years of math that I had, but what I learned that's going to stick with me is, the different ways my teachers taught and how that's going to affect me as a teacher or a soon-to-be teacher. You can learn from the positives and the negatives. From the negatives, I know that, you always have to believe in your students and give them that light that, you can do this. You might just need to put a little extra work into it, or, you might need to get a little extra practice problems, study a little more. Whatever the case may be, you can do it. It just might take more work. Also, I want to make sure I focus on being a teacher. Like, yes, I want to have that relationship where they can come to me with problems, but it's important that I'm not just a friend. I'm there to teach them and make sure they're learning so they can move on in school and be an active member in society, not just be their friend when they're in my classroom. You can take away from the positives too, though. Like I said, in high school, my teachers taught a lot of different ways to reach out to the different students and their needs, and that was really helpful because, not everyone learns the same way. Not everyone's brain is eager to solve X and Y like mine is. They don't look forward to factoring, so you need to find a way that is going to make them want to factor, or at least be able to factor confidently. Also, I did have a relationship with my teachers, but one in a way where it wasn't like they were my friend. They were like a mentor. Like, when I was struggling, I could go to them for help, and they would point me in the right direction and be there for me to help me. Basically, what you can taking from past experience is important from both the positive and the negatives, because it can aid in what your ideal teaching practice is and help form you to become the teacher that you will be.